Christmas in A Christmas Carol. Dickens is widely credited with inventing our modern Christmas. This is something of an exaggeration, but it's fair to say that when he published A Christmas Carol in 1843, he did so with excellent timing, as Christmas was undergoing a revival of interest. The first Christmas card was coincidentally also sent in 1843. Not surprisingly, Dickens enjoyed the Christmas season immensely. He would hold parties, perform in homemade plays, and even put on a magic show. However, Christmas also had a serious message for him, which is best summed up in Fred's speech in his uncle's office in Stave 1. As explained in the Society video, Dickens felt that as towns and cities grew and there was greater movement of individuals, people were becoming more disconnected from one another. Scrooge is just an extreme example of the social isolation that was growing everywhere. At Christmas, this isolation is temporarily suspended as people get together and feel more charitable to one another, and therefore is to be welcomed and encouraged further. This is what the terrified Scrooge means when he beseeches the ghost of Christmas yet to come for a second chance at the very end of Stave 4. Consequently, the message of Christmas is closely tied with the key message of the novel as a whole, for the rich to show understanding and kindness to the poor every day. Christmas is for life, not just the 25th of December. The first two Christmas ghosts personify the season. Their descriptions are rich in symbolism. You can learn much more about this by watching the Christmas Ghost video, and which has its roots in older versions of Christmas, some of them pagan. Collectively, they present Christmas as a time of hope, peace, and goodwill, all qualities missing from Scrooge's personality and his outlook of life. The paganism of the Christmas ghosts may seem strange in a book written in the Christian age. Indeed, many critics have noted that there isn't much by the way of a Christian message in a book that's so closely linked to a festivity which celebrates the birth of Jesus. Dickens was a religious man. He wrote a version of Jesus' life for his children, but he didn't like preachers and sermonizers from the puritanical end of the religious spectrum. Hence the book's emphasis on enjoyment, with descriptions of parties, food, games, etc. See how Fezziwig and Fred celebrate Christmas, for example. Nevertheless, Dickens does subtly remind his readers, virtually all of whom would have been regular churchgoers, about the man behind Christmas, Jesus Christ. This is referenced by Marley's deep regret that he didn't make more of his life. He bemoans how he ignored the message of the Nativity and says that it is at Christmas time that I suffer most. Marley also accuses Scrooge of having a worldly mind, which is code for someone who is materialistic and too obsessed with temporary, earthly treasures, instead of focusing on heavenly, spiritual matters. Later, Tiny Tim makes this more overt, with his wish that people will see his disability and remember the miracles of Jesus and, by extension, what he stands for, to show charity and love to all people, especially those who are weak or are on the margins of society. And, of course, in the end, the story is of an old sinner, to use Dickens' phrase, who is saved from a life of greed and selfishness to one which becomes good, i.e. one close to Fred's view, where the people below them are thought about and taken care of. In effect, Scrooge is saved by a spiritual intervention and a little child. Merry Christmas.